Hello everyone, welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video, where I'm going to be explaining some essential Honkai Star Rail terms that you need to know in order to understand the mechanics in the game. So let's get right into it. The first term we need to talk about is the action bar. Action bar is displayed on top left of the battle screen. This will show you the order on which unit will go first from top to bottom. The factor that determines the turn order is speed. Now speed is one of the most important stats because it's basically a value that determines the speed of your character to move in the action bar, and it is going to be very useful on almost every character. The base speed of each character is different, but some of them have a higher or lower base speed. Next up, let's talk about toughness bar. Toughness is displayed on top of the enemy HP bar. You can reduce it by attacking the enemy with its corresponding weakness. The value it reduces is based on your character level to the enemy. So if your character level is higher than the enemy, it will reduce more toughness compared to lower level characters. Now when you reduce the toughness to 0, your enemy will get into a weakness break state. Every element will trigger a different weakness break effect, like bleed, burn, freeze, shock, etc. That will do an additional damage and different effect. This additional damage is calculated by the weakness break stat. The higher your weakness break stat is, the more additional damage and damage over time you will do when you weakness break the enemy. Moving on, let's talk about energy. This refers to the ultimate points of characters that is displayed on the ultimate or the character current stat. Every ultimate have a different energy cost, and to get energy you can do basic attack, skill or ultimate. To get more energy from your action, you need to increase your energy recharge stat. The higher it is, the more energy you will get. And then after that you have skill points or SP, which is shared among your teams. The maximum amount is 5, and you can use basic attack to get SP and use skill to consume your SP. Very simple. Next we have effect hit rate and resistance. Whenever you want to apply a debuff or removing enemy buff, you need to increase your effect hit rate stat to increase your chance to apply it. And for effect resistance, it will increase your chance to not get a debuff from the enemy. Now let's move on from the stats and talk about light cones. Light cones is the weapon equivalent in Honkai Star Rail. You can equip it to anyone, but the effect will only active to the corresponding paths, which are basically classes like tanks, DPS, debuffer, healer, and etc. Next up we have relics, which are basically the gear system in this game with 4 and 2 set bonuses, and 1 main stat with maximum of 4 substats. Different pieces will have a different main stat that you can get, and also it's all RNG, as you expected. And finally we have technique. Technique is a skill you can cast before entering the battle. This skill can vary from attack that do damage, attack buff, defense buff, heal, and etc. You can get technique points from these purple pots or using consumable items. Next up we have 2 different game modes, which is Simulated Universe, which is a type of game mode that you can unlock in the game which have a roguelike gameplay where you can pick a buff every time you defeat an enemy. This game mode is important since you can get rewards every week and 2 preset relics, the Planner and the Soul Link. Forgotten Hall is also a game mode where you have 15 different floors that you need to clear before unlocking the Chaos mode. They have 10 floors and will reset every 2 weeks. After reaching certain floors, it will require you to use 2 teams to clear the stage, so be prepared. This game mode is basically the same equivalent of Genshin Impact Abyss mode. And that is our Honkai Star Rail terms you need to know. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and share it to your friends. As always, thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one.